Gematria? Have you heard of it? As I've been digging deep into today's current events and other weird things in history, I, like you, have been bombarded with new terms and symbols, and getting to the heart of their meanings has opened up a whole new door of researching tools. One of these is a numerology tool called Gematria. What an amazing age we live in! Hello and welcome to Rabbit Hole Research. My name is Chevy Cool Lady, digging deep and spreading my internet findings. The truth is up to us to discover. Today, I am looking into Gematria and using this calculator to delve into some of today's current events. So, stay with me until the end to gain some insight into perplexing situations unfolding in today's wacky world. Thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe to let me know you care. Keep cool and keep the cool vibes vibing. According to Gematria explanations, it is a system of assigning numerical value to a word or phrase, in the belief that words or phrases with identical numerical values bear some relation to each other or bear some relation to the number itself, as it may apply to a person's age, the calendar year, or the like. The word Gematria is generally held to derive from Greek geometrid or geometry. It has been extant in English since the 17th century. It is largely used in Jewish texts, notably in those associated with the Kabbalah. So, I figure if they use it, there must be some value, although the knowledge has been suppressed. The best-known example of Gematria is the Hebrew word chai, meaning life, which is composed of 2 letters which add up to 18. This has made 18 a lucky number among Jews, and gifts of money in multiples of 18 are very common among Jews. I didn't know that. If it's true, leave me a comment in the box below. Some identify 2 forms of Gematria: the revealed form, which is prevalent in many hermeneutic methods found throughout rabbinic literature, and the mystical form, a largely Kabbalistic practice. Though Gematria is most often used to calculate the values of individual words, Talmudical aphorisms, sentences from the standard Jewish prayers, personal, angelic, and godly names, and other religiously significant material, Kabbalists use them often for arbitrary phrases and, occasionally, for various languages. The primary language for Gematria calculations has always been and remains Hebrew and, to a lesser degree, Aramaic. Gematria is a fascinating numerological system in which Hebrew letters correspond to numbers. Here's how it works. Numerical equivalence in Gematria: each Hebrew letter is represented by a specific number. For instance, Aleph corresponds to 1, Bet corresponds to 2, and so on for all the letters. Connecting words and numbers, Gematria operates on the principle that words or phrases sharing the same numerical value are intrinsically connected. When 2 words or phrases have the same Gematria, they're considered to possess a significant link. Deeper dimensions of Torah, just as physics and chemistry rest on mathematical foundations, Gematria reveals deeper dimensions of the Torah. It points to an entire mathematical structure underlying the sacred text. The Hebrew letters themselves are seen as the building blocks of creation, akin to how scientists describe the world in terms of atoms, particles, and elements. Permutations and connections. When the letters of a word are permutated, they form other words that are inherently connected. For example, the 6 letters of the first word in the Torah, Bereshit, meaning in the beginning, have many permutations. Exploring these permutations reveals profound insights into creation and the divine creative process. Widespread use. Gematria isn't limited to Kabbalah alone. The Talmud, Rashi, and various commentators throughout history have also employed this technique to highlight cogent ideas. It serves as a bridge between the oneness of God and the interconnectedness of all reality, as expressed through the Torah. In summary, Gematria is a powerful tool that unveils hidden connections, layers of meaning, and mathematical patterns within the Hebrew text, enriching our understanding of both the written word and the world itself. Gematria is a numerological system used in Kabbalah, a form of Jewish mysticism. Let's explore its fascinating aspects, how it works. Take any Hebrew word or phrase. Assign numerical values to each letter based on its position in the alphabet. Add up the values to obtain the Gematria value of the word. Interpretations are drawn from words with identical Gematria values or specific numbers. Conspiracy theories and Gematria. Conspiracy theorists have been fascinated by Gematria throughout history. A recent viral clip from The Daily Show showed a Trump supporter using Gematria to decode the world around her. She found connections between Gematria values of phrases like, "America is in a bad place," and the coded catchphrase, "Let's go, Brandon." In summary, Gematria adds a layer of mystical symbolism to language, allowing practitioners to explore deeper meanings and connections. Here is more about Kabbalah. You have probably been hearing this term quite a bit as well. The Kabbalah is equated with Satanists very often these days. Let's look into this aspect. Kabbalah deals with the relationship between the unchanging, eternal God, known as the mysterious Ein Sof, or the infinite, and the mortal, finite universe, God's creation. It forms the foundation of mystical religious interpretations within Judaism. Kabbalists believe its earliest origins predate world religions, serving as the primordial blueprint for philosophies, religions, sciences, arts, and political systems. Key concepts include numerical symbolism. Kabbalah assigns numerical values to Hebrew letters. Each letter corresponds to a specific number. By summing up these values, practitioners derive deeper meanings from words and phrases. Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, the Zohar, was composed in the late 13th century. Isaac Luria. Luria is considered the father of contemporary Kabbalah. His Lurianic Kabbalah influenced Hasidic Judaism from the 18th century onwards. Interpretation and mysticism. Kabbalists use classical Jewish scriptures to explain and demonstrate mystical teachings. It deals with the essence of God, whether through sacred texts, experiences, or understanding the workings of the universe. Kabbalah teaches insights into God's interaction with the world and the purpose of creation. Kabbalah emerged in 12th century Spain and southern France. It was reinterpreted during the Jewish mystical Renaissance in 16th century Ottoman Palestine. In summary, Kabbalah adds a layer of mystical symbolism to language, allowing practitioners to explore occult connections. Kabbalah and Satanism are distinct spiritual paths, but they intersect in intriguing ways. Let's explore their relationship. Gnosticism and Satanism. Gnosticism is a mystical worldview that considers the earthly world illusory and limiting. It teaches that spiritual awareness is hindered by material existence. Gnostics seek liberation through knowledge and discipline, aiming to ascend to a higher realm beyond this world. Satanism, even in its esoteric forms, has a different focus. It embraces the material world, celebrates individualism, and often challenges conventional norms. Clash. Gnosticism's anti-worldly stance contradicts Satanism's embrace of earthly existence. Kabbalah and Satanism. Kabbalah is Jewish mysticism that emerged during the medieval era. It delves into the relationship between God, creation, and the divine. Kabbalists explore hidden meanings in sacred texts, seeking insights into the universe. Satanism, on the other hand, often challenges religious dogmas and authority. When Satanists borrow ideas from Kabbalah or Gnosticism, they must navigate these clashes. Satanic appropriation of these traditions involves reconciling their divergent views on the material world, metaphysics, and ethos one. In summary, while Kabbalah and Satanism share certain mystical elements, they fundamentally differ in their approach to existence and spirituality. But we must ask, where does the power come from? I believe it is from the same dark source. Some view Kabbalah as satanic because it replaces the monotheistic God of the Bible with human wisdom. Allegedly, Kabbalah sorceresses have goddess status as well. So let's put this knowledge into practice. Let's look up the Gematria for some current events and see how they play out. The big day is soon approaching at the time I am producing this video. April the 8th, the solar eclipse. The day NASA shoots 3 rockets into the eclipse. The day Cern collides its hadrons in search of the God particle that, literally could explode the Earth as we search for the Big Bang. Let's delve into the possibilities here. Solar eclipse is the geometric number 433. This numerical value is associated with the concept of a solar eclipse, and it holds esoteric meaning in various interpretations. Keep in mind that Gematria is a symbolic and mystical practice, and different systems may yield different results. This is what we came up with. Let's explore some of the Gematria associations for the value 433. Eclipse. The Hebrew word for eclipse is pronounced aphelis. Its Gematria value is 433, which aligns with the total value we derived for solar eclipse. In mystical interpretations, an eclipse symbolizes hidden truths, transformation, and cycles of concealment and revelation. Secret. The Hebrew word for secret is pronounced sod. Its Gematria value is also 433. This word is often associated with esoteric knowledge, inner wisdom, and hidden mysteries. Wisdom. The Hebrew word for wisdom is pronounced chakma. Its Gematria value is 73. When multiplied by 6, the number of days in the creation story, we get 438, which is close to 433. Wisdom is considered a guiding light, much like the sun during an eclipse. Unity. The Hebrew word for unity is pronounced akdat. Its Gematria value is 433. Unity represents the merging of opposites, similar to the alignment of the sun and moon during an eclipse. Remember that Gematria is a rich and symbolic practice, and interpretations can vary based on context and tradition. These associations offer glimpses into deeper meanings, connecting language, numbers, and spirituality. What about Cern? I found Cern to clock in geometrically at 128. The results were interesting. Some word the Gematria calculator were eagles, Mohammed, fatal, and help me. Not kidding. Feel free to stop the video to scope out the full list. Here are some connections. Thief, hidden agenda, goblin, these are interesting words, don't you think? In light of the Cern project opening portals and allowing interdimensional beings into our space. SMH. Let's look at NASA, since they're involved in some weird action on this date, too. NASA is valued in Gematria is 132. We see words like cancer, boom, decode God, alarm, hidden code, Lucifer, hope, face of God, Black Sea, and all of me. Very interesting indeed. There are so many possibilities and connections. Try it yourself. I feel I could spend all day in this research. I hope you have learned something. I know I have. Thanks for joining me. Much love. See ya in the next video.